welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is compliments men give you secretly behind your back. For that, as usual, we have three piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. Now let's get started. And guys, if you like my content, please subscribe, like and share my content. Now let's get started. Hello, pile 1. Let's see the compliments men secretly give you behind your back. Okay, the first one from the Tea Leaf Tarot is the throne position of authority. You come across as somebody who is in a authoritative position, somebody who commands respect. You have a lot of secret admirers. You come across as somebody whom people admire a lot. A lot of you have secret admirers as well. Older man, dealings or relationships with an older man. Clearly, I'm seeing you come across as somebody who is much older in their approach, very matured approach towards life, very high endurance, very you know what are you here to do. Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You have a very practical approach towards life. Somebody who has created a life for their own self, somebody who is self-made, who has the capability of creating the opportunities and riches for themselves. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. You are somebody who has, men compliment you for being really persevering. You have a very dominating, authoritating, very strong character kind of a personality, which men really compliment. Involvement with the law. A lot of you could be lawyers, or you are could be some kind of a paralegal person or activist, or you are somebody who is very law driven, very justice driven, somebody who does not tolerate you have if you see there is something unjust happening, you do not tolerate that. You stand up and protest and and people have to listen. That kind of the backbone that you have, the courage that you have to speak and stand up against injustice is something that men compliment you on. Your perseverance, your focused, goal-oriented approach is complimented. Good advice for a wise person. Yes, you are, men compliment you on your wisdom. You are being seen as a very wise person, somebody whom people tend to come to for advice. Stock, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. You guys are very focused on your business. A lot of you could be actually having a new child, but what I'm seeing is men compliment you on the fact that you are a very good business person, somebody who is very goal oriented, extremely focused, somebody who knows exactly what they are up to. That kind of a person you are. All right. Time to act. Yeah, you're very driven, very you're very proactive. You're always acting. You're just do, go. You're in that mode. Archway, new opportunities, possibilities and pathways are opening up. You are a person who is new opportunities and pathways are opening up. You guys have walked your way up, and hence life has today become way easier for you, but this was not the case initially, and men really respect you, compliment you on the perseverance that you have shown. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Literally, I'm seeing a lot of you had to restart your life, probably after you saw some real upheaval, some tower moments, some betrayal. Maybe you lost your job out of nowhere and you had to restart your life, and voila, the way you restarted, you are so bold. Men compliment you on the power that you exude. You have the power to create your own reality. You are extremely self-reliant. Everywhere you go, any discussion or anything that you take part in, People give you a lot of respect, people listen to you, the kind of, you tend to command respect very naturally. Okay, candle, you'll be shown the way. Literally, I'm seeing you guys are self-made people, somebody who restarted their life and you were shown the way. Like, men really compliment you on your self-reliance and the independence that you show. You need to defend yourself. You know how to defend yourself properly. Absolutely. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yes, you guys have had an ample amount of material wealth growth and spiritual growth today that is happening. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. You are a person who is very fair and just. So if you feel that somebody is criticizing you, but that is actually a constructive criticism, you don't really have a lot of problem with that. All right, a lot of tea leaves have come out. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. Literally, you guys are reaping the benefits of all the hard work that you have been putting in for ages. That's what I'm seeing. All right, Hat, you will be playing a different role. Literally, I'm seeing a lot of you are like very adept at playing different roles. Like, your life is very organized and very compartmentalized. You play a role as a parent, as a spouse or a partner, as a business person, as a spiritual person. Like, you have different roles that you play in different aspects and facets of your life. Both money or property through an inheritance or windfall or winning, like, you guys are getting really, like, men compliment you on the fact, the perseverance and the determination and dedication that you have shown, and you are reaping the benefits at last. Casket, someone going out of your life and or ending of a situation. You have been through tough situations, and those were created by people who were so-called your own people, and today you have turned your back towards those toxic, like, you come across as such a powerful person who has no problem saying no to people and cutting those toxic people out of your life who are not serving any purpose. The ocean, men compliment you on the fact that the ocean represents the depth, deeper than deep. Your power is unmatched. In case of ocean, to step into its salty water is like to step into the unknown. You come across as somebody who is pretty mysterious, somebody like there is a lot of depth and layer to your persona, and that is something men feel fascinated by. All right, the forest. You have a childlike wonder about you. You are extremely for you, life is magical. It's adventurous. It's like, it's like a forest, a little bit of fear, a little bit of excitement, maybe just losing your way. And in the process, you're discovering some new path towards life, some new mystical treasure troves. You discovering that. So men really compliment, men are really fascinated by the kind of philosophy, the outlook that you have towards life. More like an adventurous child, somebody who is very powerful, at the same time very adventurous. Alright guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Guys, your support means the world to me. So if you like my content, please support my channel. Queen of Swords, clearly you are a person who is very powerful. This is a confirmation. Okay. So the first one is the Queen of Swords. Second is the Star. You are a person who is very powerful. You exude power. You are very bold. Whenever you make an entry, you have no problem. You can easily make yourself seen, heard, the way in which you walk in. You have natural leadership qualities about you. At the same time, like wherever you go, naturally the limelight follows. Also, you are a very good judge of human character. Those people who are like manipulative and stuff, they stay the heck away from you. You can see right through people's masks that they wear. You are very good at looking through people's facade. You are a person who is also very calculating. Men compliment you on the fact that you like life gives opportunities to everybody, and you are a person who is willing to wait for their turn for sure. You have no problem. You are a very bold person, I'm seeing, very calculating, but you take calculated risks for sure. You have a lot of power and charisma, which tend to draw a lot of people in. People actually form allies with you because they want to feel protected because of the power that you exude. Actually, you're extremely bold. The decisions that you take on a day-to-day basis, they're like people will flinch. People are scared to even think of taking such decisions, making such decisions. A lot of you are lovers of adventure sports. For you, life is like an adventure ride, and you have no problem like taking such risks. A lot of you, like, people are flabbergasted seeing the kind of risks. Like, they just watch you with pleasure, but they can watch you with pleasure, but they can't think of taking those risks. You have no problem. Literally, you are being seen as somebody who is very ambitious, somebody like men really compliment you on your ambition. You have no problem going that extra mile in order to reach the position that you want to reach. The Four of Wands, you're a very stable, determined person. Queen of Wands, all right, a lot of queens for sure. Like, literally, guys, you give off the boss babe vibes. Literally, you guys give off the boss babe vibes. You are the boss. You are the person whom you have reached a position in your life with your own hard work, determination, and today you have realized how hard life can be. And you know what, along with your position, I'm seeing with your perseverance, confidence, everything that you exude, wow, like people look at you in awe. Men compliment you for the confidence that you exude, the determination, the popularity that you have. Actually, I'm seeing you're also very popular, and you're probably almost unaware of that fact. You are an workaholic. You have impeccable work ethics, and men really compliment you on that. You are somebody who is very good at putting yourself in a very uncomfortable situation in order to achieve targets and goals. You are very good, very goal oriented, very goal focused and driven and target oriented, and you are very good at putting yourself in the uncomfortable situations, which helps you achieve those seemingly unachievable targets. You are very good at making money. You're a very stable person and very good at making money, creating new opportunities. Also, you would make a very good teacher. Like, you have the perfect life skills which you could teach others. You could be a very good mentor for a lot of people. Those mentoring programs, you can teach people real life skills, survival skills. You have a very pragmatic approach towards life. You walk the talk, and people really respect that. You are the queen. There are so many queens and kings. They're confident, strong, capable, tough, and men really are in awe. Most men around you, they are in awe. They can't even imagine being like you. I mean, life literally can't take you down. That is one. Literally, it cannot beat you down. You handle it like a boss. No matter how heavy, what I'm seeing, like, men are flabbergasted by the fact that no matter how heavy, how difficult things might get, it's your calm, the patient, tranquil manner in which you handle the challenges. You assess the situation and very calmly navigate the situation in a very smart way. You are also a very smart person, and men are in awe. You blow people away. You're also a very pragmatic person. Very, very pragmatic person. Yes, very smart, pragmatic person you are. You know, also what I'm seeing is you are not afraid to start afresh. I'm seeing a lot of you actually had to start afresh. You were scared initially, but you worked your way out of that. You know, you today, the position that you are in, it's because of the bold decision. Okay, be bold and make the first move. You are a very bold person. You have made, a lot of you had to let go of your job which was very well paying, and you had to restart with a business, and that is actually, you are probably making 5 times, 2-3 times already the amount you are making from your job. But it's very stressful at times, but the way in which you navigate is commendable. That's the compliment that men give you. Like, my goodness, they are a boss figure. Transform and unveil your gifts. You guys have totally transformed yourself into an eagle. You have transformed yourself into a much higher version of yourself. You're a great strategist. You have a lot of vision. You are, how to move ahead in life. You have, like, you're not afraid to start something from afresh. You can literally mold your environment to work in favor. Like, you are one of those people who are very good planners. You know how to plan and how to implement those plans in place. Elk, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Literally, I'm getting, you are a person who is also very graceful, extremely dignified. Your personality is such that even if people disagree with you, they will not have the guts to speak up and be in a disrespectful manner. You are a natural leader, and that is something men really compliment you on. That this person, like, look at that person, them and their confidence is just superbly to the next level. Tiger, you are being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you are capable of. You are a natural leader. Take charge with authority. You give off a very authoritative vibe. You are also a very holding your vision. You are a visionary. You are a very meticulous planner. Cat, you are a person, who is extremely self-reliant, very independent. Camel, resourceful. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges, and men really appreciate that. You are also a very grounded person, somebody who surround themselves with a lot of nature and natural elements. You are like this wolf, somebody who loves to keep to themselves. Unless someone tries to mess with you, then you can tear them apart. Literally. Platypus, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Literally, you are a person who you are somebody who does not cry, creep, complain about what they couldn't have. Rather, they count their blessings. You are one of those people who always believes in counting their blessings. Birthing your new age, you are very ahead of your times. A lot of you are very much into technology, into bleeding edge and cutting edge technology like IT, AI, cybersecurity, things like STEM subjects, economics, crypto, those kind of stuffs I can see for a lot of you. Luck is on your side, but you know what? It's your hard work, it's your preparation, meeting the opportunities is the luck for you. People might call you lucky, but men are flabbergasted, but they realize that this person has earned every bit of that luck in their life. Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. You always tend to get noticed no matter what. Take control of your own narrative. You are a person, men really are flabbergasted by how independent you are. They realize that you can never be treated like a puppet. Nobody can ever mistreat you. You have n number of options. You'll just walk the heck away. Don't be afraid to sing. You are your very much own person. You cannot be ruled and controlled by others, and men really respect that about you. Alright guys, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. Guys, if yes, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Your support means the world to me. So please, if you like my content, support my channel. Thank you. Hello pile 2. Let's see compliments men secretly give you behind your back. Okay, the first one is you are highly thought of. Men think of you very highly. A lot of them think that you're way above their league, way beyond their league. Fire, strong emotion and passionate love or hate. You know what? You guys I'm seeing have, you excite, you evoke feelings and passion in men that they had never experienced before. You are one of those, you create a lot of turmoil, a lot of convulsions, you create a lot of storm in men's heart. A lot of passion. I'm seeing a lot of clingy, obsessive energy. Martian energy is also around you. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Men also compliment you for the fact that you are a fantastic businesswoman. In a heterosexual scenario, if you identify as a female, that is, if you are a male, then you are a very good business person. Okay, bouquet, compliments from an admirer. You have a lot of admirer. A lot of men would love to date you. They would love to give you flowers and stuff like that. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. You know what? Men also realize that you are somebody whom they cannot mistreat. You have got a lot of options. You have a very royal, something very royal and regal about you. You do not tolerate nonsense. You simply walk out. You can be a very good lover, but the moment there is any kind of disrespect from the other side, you sense, you just move away. Immediately you walk out. Beware of great pride. Men also feel that you are very proud of your social status, of your looks, good looks. I'm seeing like conventional, gorgeous, good looks. Like you have no problem getting all the attention that you can think of. Literally no problem at all. I'm getting also, you tend to come across as a little bit standoffish initially, especially very powerful, intimidating, maybe a little bit like something very dark about you, very unforgettable. You're very unforgettable. A strong Pluto and Martian energies, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, straight away I can see Unicorn. Use your intuition to make a beneficial change. You're also very intuitive. Yes, Scorpios are very intuitive in nature. Your intuition is also very on point. If you say something about somebody based on your hunches, they usually tend to come true. All right, egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. You are a very hardworking person, somebody who is also very good at planning. You are a person who has got their times blocked. You know how good you are, and you respect your own time and that of others. Target a goal-oriented person. There's nothing to say, right? You are a very goal-oriented person, very focused, very productive, very proactive about life, and men really appreciate that. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. You are a person, I'm getting a lot of fool energy here. A risk taker. You believe in embracing life. Maybe on the surface you come across as a very intimidating, standoffish kind of a person. Somebody who is very forceful, a very intoxicating kind of energy. But on the inside you are also a risk taker. Somebody who is a thrill seeker in life as well. Like on the surface you could be, as I say, a professor, a doctor, an engineer by the day, and by the night, you know what I mean. You live your life on your own terms. Tower, solid foundation and success with effort. You are a person, you know what, another thing I'm seeing is you create a lot of disharmony, a lot of upheaval in people's life. You have that capability of creating a lot of upheaval in other people's life, and men are really flabbergasted. You have a magnetic pull towards yourself. Like people feel attracted towards you like moth to the flame. They know things will not work out, but still, maybe they know that you have engagements, but they still want to be with you. Great passion. I'm seeing a lot of passionate affairs, a lot of passionate approaches that is coming your way, and men are really deeply attached. They feel deeply attracted towards you. Yeah, okay. All right, guys, before this, if you like my content, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. Your subscription button, hitting that subscription button means the world to me. So if you like my content, please support me and help me grow. Thank you. Now the storm. I'm seeing like you create a lot of turmoil, lot of upheaval, loads of storms in people's lives. You have that, you have that reputation of being a heartbreaker. You have that reputation of being like some people might also call you a player. But what I'm seeing is you get a lot of attention. Like you are crossing the street, walking down the street in the simplest of outfits, in your pajamas and t-shirt, just a pair of jeans and white tees, and people turn their heads to look at you, to have a second or a third look at you. You know what? I'm seeing you also tend to intimidate a lot of people. The siren, typically, of course, you are extremely desirable, very passionate. I'm getting a lot of passionate, desirability factor. You have sensuality, somebody who can create a lot of wreckage on the shadow side. A lot of you have a very strong and deep psychic side to yourself. As I say, the siren calls and the world spins. There is an insatiable aspect to you. Men just can't get enough of you, literally. Also, you come across as somebody who has been through an enlightenment, an enlightened soul. The Queen of Swords, you are a person, clearly you are a person who is a terrific judge of human character, somebody who is a very hard nut to crack. On the surface you're like a coconut, but on the inside there is a burning lava, if you know what I mean. And men really love it. They just can't get enough of it. And also you are somebody, as I said, standoffish, somebody who gives off, like, you give off a lot of witchy vibes in general. A lot of you could be into, like, even for the not as a profession, but for the, like, a side hustle, like a witch, a Reiki healer, tarot reader, into tantra, somebody who has been through a lot, and today you prefer your own company. Especially, people might stare at you but not approach you because they're so intimidated. People feel some past life connection with you, soulmate connection. Men literally feel a lot of soulmate connections with you. Men also find your strength extremely intimidating. Very, your presence is very intoxicating. Very intoxicating. People don't want to mess with you. What men really love is you have the power to stand up and protest against discrimination. A lot of you could be literally related to the law and judiciary, like an advocate and stuff like that, but most of you are like into some kind of advocacy. You could be an animal with this justice card. You could be an animal right advocate. You could be a climate right advocate. You could be like the penguins are dying and you could be an advocate for that. So I'm just giving an example, a very random or one. So what I'm seeing is men really appreciate your guts. So what I'm seeing is, they feel intimidated, but at the same time they know that you are a good person who does feel about others. You are not all about you, me, myself and I. You are not that kind of a person. You have reached a position in life with your own hard work, determination, struggles, everything you have put in your heart and blood and sweat, literally, to reach where you have today. You literally are seen as somebody who is very mature. Men compliment your maturity. You're way beyond your age. Like a lot of you had to start struggling in your life. You have reached this position because you've seen a lot of downs in life, loads of crests, but also troughs in life. Before you reach the crests, you have to see a lot of troughs. And you know what? You became very responsible in the process. You are a very responsible, disciplined kind of a person. Somebody who knows how to carry their own cross forward. And men feel that you are leaving behind a legacy. Yeah, you are an absolute catch. You are an absolute catch. Like, you evoke a lot of deeper emotions that people had never experienced earlier without you even knowing and realizing. I'm seeing a lot of you probably have been through some difficult relationships where the other person was clingy, jealous, or maybe even friendships where friends are constantly friends and lovers are competing with you. They want to be like you, they want to dress like you, they are jealous. Those kind of scenarios are very sticky, clingy situations. You also tend to stand out a lot in the crowd, like you not even trying anything. You guys are very naturally good looking. I'm getting high cheekbones and olive kind of complexions like whatever your wherever you stay, whatever your ethnicity is, you have a little bit darker, more, sultry, siren kind of looks. Maybe some of you have wavy or curly hair, but on the longer side. I love the way in which your hair falls on your face, the way in which it frames your face. That is something that makes you look very enigmatic, very magnetic. A lot of people actually fight over getting your attention. That is something I'm seeing. Men also compliment you on the fact that you are a go-getter in life. Yeah, when it comes to your work, there is no other like you. You're very good at creating your own money. A lot of the men feel that you are going to make something really big if you haven't already. You have this zeal about not gonna give up in life. No matter what, I'm not gonna give up in life. It doesn't matter how things will be. I'm gonna fight my battles for sure. So that is something that I'm seeing. Like I am gonna fight my own battles for sure. I am very good at making money and keeping them as well. Stay rooted and grounded. You are a very rooted and grounded and a focused kind of a person. You are somebody who knows what their priorities are, and you are not willing to mess around with that. Be brave and honest. You are a very brave and a very honest person. In general, you are known for your bravery, and men compliment you on that. You're also a very confident person. Yeah, Leos can be significant, very desirable, extremely confident, and men literally feel that you guys have had the success that you have got. It's because of the confidence. You have literally created your own path in life. If you can see, journey, daughters of our mother, workers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you own. Literally, you guys have created your own life's journey, and you have honed all the life skills in the process as well, and men really compliment you on that. Cheetah, get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goals. You are like this cheetah, somebody who is very good at identifying the loopholes, who is very good at identifying the opportunities, and very proactive and productive towards achieving those goals as well. Walrus, remain vigilant about current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Literally, you are like that quiet cheetah. This cheetah and walrus giving me similar vibes, like a lone wolf, somebody who is always quietly observant and in search of the opportunities, and that has given you a lot of leeway. That has, because you have struggled a lot. So that has opened your eyes for better stuff in life. Have faith in your dreams. You are a person who has a lot of faith in their dreams. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Gorilla, you are a person who has, like, you have come a long way in life. You have faced the trials and tribulations that life has thrown at you, but that has not taken away from you the compassion, the love that you feel for your family. Yes, it's time to take action. You're extremely driven, very focused, extremely work, and you're very focused about your work. You're very work oriented in general. End of a tough cycle, Capricorn can be significant. And of course, men realize that you have come a long way. You had to cut a lot of karmic cords to reach the position that you have today. Spider, what a wild way we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. You guys have become extremely mysterious. A lot of you have literally, I'm seeing like you guys have turned yourself into a very mysterious person. Somebody whom people only know about, but people don't get to know you in person. Set your sights higher. You are a person who is very ambitious, somebody who always tend to increase their level. They always believe in leveling up and up in life. A fiery climax approaches Aries. Aries can be significant for a lot of you guys. You have a fiery climax about you. People feel that you have some, like you're gonna make it some real blow up. As they say in a viral video, it's more like that. Like something, you are on the right path of blowing up big time in life. That's how men see you. You can always rewrite your story. Literally, guys, life hasn't been an easy cakewalk for you, but you chose to repeatedly rewrite and restart. Also, do not doubt your worth. I'm always enough. You have learned to feel enough, to feel confident in your own skin, you have learned the lesson of self-love and self-respect at last. Be your own first priority. You guys have learned to make yourself the priority of your life, to prioritize your own self over others. That is also a skill that you have learned. Alright guys, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation, guys. If yes, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Your subscription and likes would mean the world to me. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, pile 3. Let's see the compliments men secretly give you behind your back. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. So you guys have been through some difficult circumstances. A two-faced friend. Okay, so a lot of you have faced a situation of treachery. Somebody who was a two-faced friend, somebody who was saying nice things in front of you, but behind your back they were being nasty. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, goals. Literally, you have been through a phase where you felt empty, like, you needed the purpose, you needed the money or the goals and stuff, and you were not having those in life. You literally felt, as I said, very empty, very devoid of a proper direction in life. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Literally, you have been through a long turmoil filled journey. A lot of you could be a Scorpio, a strong Cancer, or a Pisces, or maybe even a Libra or a Leo can be seen. Geminis can be seen. Torch, spiritual development, Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio, definitely. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness and understanding. It helped you grow into the realms of spirituality. So men compliment you. A lot of you could be naturally spiritually blessed. instinctively and intuitively blessed. A lot of you could be spiritual teachers. A lot of you are those people whom people tend to come to when they are in difficult times. Your success story is almost like a survival guide for a lot of those who are in times of need. And men really appreciate that about you, that you are a very good mentor figure, you have the potential of being a very good therapist, a good spiritual teacher, a good motivational speaker, and men really appreciate that. A lot of Gemini, very good, like very motivating speeches, and very deeply connected to the spiritual realm. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem, because you have been through difficult times, you have been through problems in your life, and that has taught you to be more resilient. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Literally, I'm seeing that you are a person who is hitting the major goals of success in life. Goldfish, increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. Literally, I'm saying after going through a harsh time, you guys had to restart. You literally had to start afresh, and in that difficult times you leaned into spirituality, and that led to a lot of spiritual awakening in you. And men notice that, they really appreciate the sense of surrender to the higher realm thing that you have today. Broom, new home, new attitude. A lot of you have changed yourself completely pulled yourself out of the dark, devastating phase that you have been through. You have managed to complete. I'm seeing a lot of you have been through some narcissistic situations or some deep treachery, and you know, even if you come out of those situations, a little bit lingers on. That was exactly what is happening in your case, but you guys learn to move on. Spiritual love, yeah, a lot of you have literally started loving spirituality. Also, a lot of you have found a connection which is extremely spiritual, maybe platonic, maybe romantic, but it has bloomed and blossomed at a spiritual level. All right, guys, if you like my content, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. Your support would mean the world to me, guys. If you like my content, please support my channel. Please consider subscribing. Thank you. Candle, you will be shown the way. Literally, men feel that you and your faith in spirituality has shown you the way, has brought you this far in life. Butterfly, a change for the better. You know what? You have transformed yourself. You have come out of your cocoon and have transformed yourself from the caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. Hand, in need of help, assistance and guidance. I'm seeing a lot of you today. There was a time when you needed that assistance. Some of you could have a bit of it, but you always felt that need, that a lot of you probably could be running a community where you try to help people in similar positions, in difficult positions, and maybe a Facebook, I'm just giving like an online community of some sort, and you guys try to help others who are in need because you felt that need when you were going through tougher times. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Yeah, a lot of you I'm seeing you typically, a lot of you are extending your hand of support to those who are strangers to you, but people tend to gravitate towards you because they feel that connection. They feel like you are like that ray of hope in the sea of darkness for a lot of people. Just beware, some real energy vampires could also be attracted because you guys come across as really empathetic and compassionate, and men compliment you on that as well, that these are extremely thoughtful, empathetic, very you are being very highly thought of as well. I think pile 2 also had that card. So if you're attracted to the second pile, you could go back and check, because you are also coming across as somebody who is very powerful, extremely powerful. You do not have to yield it all the time. Or maybe pile 1. Pile 1. If you're attracted towards pile 1, you could go and check it out. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. You are today a person who has won over the trials and tribulations and obstacles in life. You guys have won over all of those. Jug, light-headed, carefree time. You are a person who has been like absolutely carefree, who has been totally like a free kite. Like, you know what? Spirituality has let yourself completely be free. It has helped you be completely free, like a free bird, a free kite. It has emancipated you. You had a lot of deep sorrow within you, and it has helped you feel emancipated. Basket, recognition, reward for merit. You are a person, you are receiving the recognition. A lot of you probably could be doing something into the voluntary work situation, maybe running a soup kitchen. I'm just giving just an example. Maybe teaching kids, destitute kids, or maybe providing them with food once or twice a week, something of that sort, like something within your means, something that gives you a sense of purpose, something. And you guys are getting the recognition. A lot of you are actually formally from the government and the local authorities. You guys could be getting some recognition. Some of you are actually unofficially, you guys are like a lot of people actually recognizing that your contribution is also happening. Turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. Like I'm saying, like you have had people who have literally mistreated you. You know what? You have been through phases where people have literally taken you for a ride because you are an empathetic person. You essentially try to look at the positives in people. So you try to ignore the negatives, and people take you for a ride. People think that, okay, so this person's boundaries are not strong, so we better bulldoze that. The mother, men also appreciate how caring, nurturing, giving, compassionate you are. You are like a mother. You are extremely like, you feel other people's pain very deeply. You are that kind of a compassionate person. You are that friend. When your friend is sick, you'll probably cook for them. You will probably bring them at your place and give them a shelter, food to eat till they get better, maybe even doctor visits till they get better. You are that sibling, that friend whom people tend to reach out to when they are in deep trouble. They are in like knee-deep trouble. People tend to reach out to you. The crone, typically, guys, you are a psychic. A lot of you could be clairvoyant, claircognizant, and also a lot of you are very big into magic and spirituality, of course, but like the psychic realm, very tantra, not just astro, tarot, reiki, crystals, also into things like tantra and magic and white magic. Those kind of things also are your part of stuff that you're interested in. 9 of Swords. Okay, so you have been through a phase where you literally deeply felt betrayed and backstabbed. The pain was so intense that you even now it tend to keep you awake at night. You have faced so much of treachery that see, these couples don't even have a pair of blankets to cover them up. So they are sharing the quilt. So they don't have the basic necessities of life. You have been through a phase when you didn't have the basic necessities that were needed in order to live a life with dignity. 5 of Cups, you are a person who have been through a phase where literally you are like life has shown you some difficult circumstances. With the 5 of Cups, the 4 doors had closed right in front of you. The 5th one was only there. Like, you have seen the doors close on your face, but you guys never gave up. So you kept on knocking at 10 other doors. And what I'm seeing is when one door closed, 10 other doors open for you, which actually helped evolved your life, help you evolve in your own life as well. You guys literally, you know what, men, actually this positivity is something that men really appreciate about you. The Eight of Cups, literally you have turned your back to everything that was negative, that was toxic. I'm seeing a lot of you having toxic exes or toxic family members whom you thought would stand by you. They literally took money away from you, they backstabbed you, and they literally had forced you to go out of the home. That kind of a scenario for a lot of you, and you guys had to restart. You know, there is a sense of innocence about you, which also men really appreciate. You still are that person who does not, you know, the kind of treachery that they did, it still keeps you up at night, but you still don't hold any grudge against them. You have forgiven them. You have totally forgiven them. And that is something men think very highly of you, that this is a person who is so kind, so forgiving. You're also somebody who is extremely, like, you know, you are very evolved. You're way above your age, like you're very, very evolved. You are a person who are very mature, like a go-to person for life situations. People tend to come to you, like they are in difficulty and troublesome scenarios. People will come to you for suggestions. That's what I'm seeing, and you are the natural go-to person for them. The High Priestess, you know, the High Priestess typically tells me a spiritual teacher, a spiritual healer, somebody who has surrendered themselves completely to the divine. Clairvoyant, claircognizance. Yes, a lot of you could be related to the law of attraction as well. I'm seeing a lot of you related to law of attraction, and you guys have used law of attraction to manifest, and law of assumption to manifest a better evolved life for yourself. And men are in awe. They compliment you on your manifestation capabilities. You would make a fantastic parent no matter what. Either you are a fantastic parent if you have kids, or you would make a fantastic parent, and you get complimented. The way in which you treat kids and small animals, the way in which, and also you know, elderly people, you treat them with a lot of respect, and men really compliment you. Really, you are also great with money. Men compliment you on your financial acumen. You guys are not just financially educated, you are also very financially, you know how to use the finances well. You guys have saved and invested enough, because you know what, you have seen trouble. You have been in like a deep water, and you have known how pathetic that felt. So today, when you have the opportunity, you try to save up as much as you possibly can and use it to your advantage, and save it up for the rainy days. So you are somebody who is very good with the finances, very responsible, and men really compliment you on that. A lot of you have very good knowledge regarding the stock market and the crypto and different kinds of investments. Those knowledges are very much present in you. You guys, a lot of you are very knowledgeable. You are also somebody who has the guts to stand up against any injustice happening, any kind of you're seeing somebody getting harassed on the streets. You tend to be one of those people who would speak up. You have the guts to say the speaking truth to the authority, the unpopular truth. You have the guts to do that. Yes, the Emperor. Men also compliment you for the position and status that you have reached with your own hard work and determination. Today you guys have reached a position in your life. It's all because of your own hard work, the hard work and determination. you know what, men literally look up to you, men literally are motivated. Your life journey has been really motivating to a lot of people. Pisces, a lot of you could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a strong Pluto placement, or a first, second, third house Saturn, or a retrograde Saturn position. Meditate and contemplate. You are one of those people who are very happy and content in their own life. In their own company, they are very happy and content. That is what I'm seeing. You prefer to spend your life in meditation and in quiet contemplation, and you are very happy doing that. The energy is gaining momentum. You are somebody, you know, your energy of like you are getting what you deserved earlier. What I'm seeing is the energy is getting momentum, is you guys are at last getting what you deserved. Earlier, those people who used to laugh at you, who wouldn't take you seriously, at last you're getting the respect that you deserved. You know, a lot of people are giving you that position, showing you that respect. Connect with your emotions. Men, respect the fact that you're one of those people who are deeply connected. Your mind, body, spirit are all in one alignment. Balance spirituality and practicality. Pisces full moon. Pisces can be significant for a lot of you. And what I'm seeing, this balance that you show between spirituality and practicality is mind-blowing. You're one of those people who has this perfect balance of yin and yang in them. You can be a very sorted banker or an economist, at the same time a very good spiritual teacher. You have that kind of material in you. Share your voice. You are one of those people. You can be a very good speaker, public speaker, motivational speaker. Your speeches are very deep and you can move a lot of people with your speeches. Spiritual healer, a healer of some sort, a doctor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, a naturopath, a dentist, a registered nurse. Yeah, a healer of some sort can also be seen. And I'm seeing that people really compliment what you bring on table. Men really compliment the skills that you bring on table. You don't need others to fix you. Today, I'm seeing you are a very self-reliant person, somebody who is very sure of their own skills and about their own, you're very secure in your own way. And that is something that men really appreciate, compliment you on. Slow down and celebrate yourself. You guys have learned to celebrate your own self, your own success. You guys have taught yourself to celebrate your own success. And that is something like, you know, self-prioritization, self-respect and self-love is something that can be seen in you, and men compliment you, men respect you for that. You guys, you can manifest every wish. You guys have fantastic manifestation capabilities, and that is another thing that men compliment you on. All right, guys, I hope you had some clarity over your situation. If yes, guys, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Your support means the world to me. Thank you. Namaste.